This ain't right, man. Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy ColtsTalk. We are back with another video, and today we're going to be going over the game we lost again to the Tennessee Titans, and this time on the road. And this game was winnable. You can't tell me it wasn't. Another game when the defense just shined like a light, and the offense just disappears. What happened to the offense from last week? Now, of course, you can give the defense for the Titans credit, and I always will, because they are a defensive-minded coach, and Mike Vrabel, he's going to get them right. But I do want to point out this thing, and I mentioned it on Twitter. It's amazing how a guy that used to play for your team is now on enemy lines, and every time you face him, he seems to be the biggest issue out of everybody on that team. Now, of course, you would think, oh, Jeffrey Simonson's about to just destroy Matt Pryor. But no, it's Danico Autry embarrassing Quentin Nelson, embarrassing Ryan Kelly, embarrassing Matt Pryor. So bad to the point, even when Jeffrey Simmons got injured, they still took Matt Pryor out and put in Danny Pinter. At this point, I thought we had an offensive line set for the rest of the year, but apparently not. We still got some adjustments to do. This is just ridiculous. Last week, Matt Ryan ain't had no fumbles. He ain't had no interceptions. He played the game of his life. And now the biggest game of the year, the offensive line disappears. It's like, oh my gosh. It's like, if it's not one thing, it's another. And I mentioned that. At the beginning of the game, when the defense was clicking, I said the offense is not going to be there. It's unfortunate. As a Colts fan, you got to have one or the other. You just can't have both clicking at once. I don't understand why that is, but that's what it is. And I will point to the pick six. Coach Frank Reich, you guys' favorite, pointed out that it was his fault that Matt Ryan threw the pick six, because he was still yelling about the face mask that wasn't called, and which it should have been, and he didn't adjust on the fly, and the play was already snapped, and Matt Ryan threw the pick six. So we cannot blame Matt Ryan for the pick six. We're going to blame the head coach because he admitted that it was his fault. So there you have it. A pick six, and then the other one was just thrown into the wind, I guess. I mean, Michael Pittman Jr. fumbled at the end. I mean, the game was still winnable. We only put up 10 points to 19. That game's still winnable. It just doesn't make sense to me. And the special teams, don't even get me started on the special teams. Boy, when you need a punter, did you need him today? It's like, what the heck was Matt Hack doing? He was hacking the system. He didn't want us to win. He was literally playing for the opposing team. There's no other way around it. Literally playing for the opposing team. Isaiah Rodgers Sr. started. Okay, we thought we was going to get something going. Nope. He started and we still lost. It's like, all right, so go back to square one, huh? I mean, it's good that he started, but pass rush was still invisible. Ryan Tannehill was running like Derrick Henry. It's like, we can't stop this dude from running the football every time we play him. Do we watch film? It's like every week, every time we play the Titans, it's the same reoccurring issues. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, how could you not stop this quarterback from destroying you every time you play? Like, Ryan Tannehill was in MVP form, and this team ranked in the offensive defensive standings are not even that high when you look at them on the NFL list. It's like, this game is winnable. We could win this game. Jonathan Taylor flashed. He went back to his normal self. He didn't score, but he was showing that, hey, give him the ball. Like, hey, 10 yards, 12 yards, 15 yards, 12 yards, 10 yards, 7 yards. Like, he was running. He was back in his natural stride. But again, the pass protection just disappeared, and Matt Ryan was seeing ghosts. I mean, you can't blame the guy when he literally just had a good game the week before. But then when his offensive line disappears, it shows you that no quarterback can win in this position with a terrible offensive line. Don't care who it is. It can be Aaron freaking Rodgers. It can be Lamar Jackson. If you have no protection, you're not going to get away with it. You're just not. And it's unacceptable. This team is too good to be losing like this. This game was winnable. And I did state in the last video, I said if the Colts can beat the Titans, they can beat anybody. Well, guess what? Newsflash, we lost to the Titans, so we're going to have to scratch and claw for the rest of the year. To be honest, I want this year to be over. Like, I'm still going to be rooting for this team, but man, are they going to drive us through the mud or what? Like, this team is talented on paper. DeForest Buckner, Grover Stewart, they both shown up. Bobby Okereke, they shown up this game. But, I mean, even Kenny Moore showed up. But this team, this offense, just cannot figure it out. And then you get the same quote at every post game is, oh, we got to play better. We got outplayed. Like, we're kind of tired of hearing that, Frank. Like, literally, you say that after every loss. Like, when are you going to step up and be like, oh, I got to hold myself accountable or something like that? I wonder, like, at halftime, when we're not putting up points, of course, what are you saying in the locker room? Are we even talking? Is it just quiet? Because it feels like they just have no type of motive. And at the beginning of the game, they gave Titans the ball first. So you already know they wasn't locked. Like, you know. The Titans get the ball first. They get the ball first. The Colts get the ball first. They have. It's like, all right, let's get the engine going. Let's try to kick something going. Because they know they're going to struggle in the first half. Cardiac Colts. It just don't make sense. It doesn't. Naheem Hines got there. At this point, man, it's like, I don't know. I really don't know what to do. Like, Hines and Taylor played. I wanted them to play last week. They got on the field and still nothing. I mean, we could have just used Deion Jackson at this point. Michael Pittman Jr., he flashed a little bit. Alec Pierce, I mean, we didn't even use the tight ends. The first time we played the Titans, Marley Cox had 2 touchdowns. Did you not want to win this game or what? Because the Titans only had like 1 target that I can remember. It's just, some of these things just don't make sense to me. Like, how are you just, it feels like I said, after the first time when we tied with the Houston Texans, and then we lose again the week after, it's like, I feel like this team is trying to lose on purpose. Because there's no way you can't even score. Like, they hold you. I mean, shout out to Paris Campbell. He showed up. Thank goodness. He got us a touchdown. But then after that, it's just like, oh, all these weapons, who am I going to throw it to? It's like, hello? Then you got people on Twitter screaming for Jerry Jeudy and these wide receivers when it's not the issue. You just got to throw them the football. We need a right guard and a right tackle. That's the biggest issues right now in the Indianapolis Colts. We need a right guard, right tackle, head coach. We need a special teams replacement punter because Matt Hack ain't it. This game was terrible. He should not be in the Indianapolis Colts jersey after this week. We got to find a replacement immediately because that's unacceptable. This game was winnable. Of course, we get the talks about Irsay being pissed off. It's like, all right, but how mad are you, Irsay? Are you going to actually do something or are you just going to be frustrated? Like I said, the time is ticking. All chips in, the time is ticking, and your playoff spot is dwindling down. Like, you don't have that much time to do what you got to do. If you say you're all chips in, I would expect the move to be done by the end of this week. It's just that simple. Like, we lost the game we could have won. It's unacceptable. So, yeah. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Appreciate you guys. I'm still going to be here. We're going on to see the Commanders. They just beat the Green Bay Packers, so love to see how that goes. But until next time, I'll be Culture Shock just like y'all. I'm out.